Now, I'm sure you've realized we're going to the airport today because we're going to India, and you can see, well, all the luggage because it's been a year and that means we have a lot of stuff to take. But right now, we're honestly a little tensed because we're not able to get a cab, and well, Heathrow's a long way from here.
I'm going to Bangalore to meet my big friend, and I'll say hi. And I got my watch and ring.
I think I should rename this channel to Jordan Says or Just Jordan or something like that, because Jordan has an opinion on everything. But right now we're just waiting. Hopefully everything comes in time, and hopefully the queues are not too long in the airport, but you're going to see in a second.
Going to Bangalore, and I'm going to talk to my big friend, and I'm going to say hello to them, and I'm going to greet.
But you already told everyone that.
And I'm going to meet my little friends who are my little baby.
Brothers. Your little baby brothers.
That is Mystic and Leo. And I'm going to give them nice books so they can be happy and enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, Jordan.
With their mom and dad reading it.
Alright, so the cab's here, and now it's a long drive to Heathrow, but that's no option. But I think the only thing we're worried about right now is getting there in time, and hopefully there aren't massive queues, because over the past few days we've been hearing that there are queues for 6 hours across 2 floors.
What?
So here's hoping. So today is the first day of the summer holidays, which is why the airport is going to be crazy, because everyone's going to be getting out. Everyone is going to be traveling today. Let's see how bad it gets. So we just got to security, and we had taken wheelchair assistance because my husband's having a huge problem with his kneecap because his ligament is torn. And the funny thing is, we didn't know that you can take only 3 bags of liquids, and the liquids need to be under 100 ml. The 100 ml I knew, the 3 bags I didn't know. And once we got to security, it was honestly just a shock because I had to throw out half of the cosmetics I had, even though they were really, really tiny bottles, because they had this 3-bag policy, and each of their bags was so tiny that nothing was fitting in there. And the person handling the wheelchair was just throwing a fit. I don't even know why. It was like I personally gave him some grievance or something. I don't understand what just happened, but I quite honestly just threw out half of my skincare products just now, because no one told us. And we checked in, we sent in 2 bags for security check, and they had hardly anything in them. They had just, one of the bags had my son's medicine, and the other one had some hand creams, and until the last bag was going in, they didn't bother telling us that it's only 3 bags. And then at the last minute, they're like, oh, it's just 3 bags, so throw all of your stuff out. And the attitude, it's unbelievable. And you know, you hear stories very often that things are challenging in Heathrow, but when you see it for first hand, you understand what it is. I mean, I know you've had a long day and a difficult day, but that's really not the fault of the passengers. You're probably here every day in and out. You know the rules more than anybody else, but you need to understand that the passengers come here once in a year, or twice or 3 times in the year, and we don't know the rules like the back of our hands. So you need to be a little patient. It's alright. I hope the rest of the flight is fine now. But on the other hand, we did manage to clear the queues pretty quickly. We had heard that the queues were like 2 floors long, but that's not the case. We actually crossed security in less time than it takes to cross security in Bangalore, which is something. And it took us maybe 15-20 minutes overall, so not bad at all. So what I did in the meanwhile is I went and I looked through all of my tickets and my boarding passes and all the information I had from British Airways, and I couldn't see any mention anywhere that I could not take liquids more than 100. I know 100 ml, but a certain number of liquids, and I didn't know that. And I didn't know about the 3-bag policy, which is basically 1 bag per person. So how am I supposed to know all of this? And the whole reason that I had all of my skincare along with me in my hand baggage was because Heathrow is notorious for losing bags. There are lots of cases where the entire airline, nobody has their bags on flight, and they have to wait for 2 or 3 days for their bags to come in, which is exactly why I took everything essential with me, which I now have to dump, which I'm really, really annoyed about right now. Like you can see. Yes, I mean, what am I going to do with my nail polish? I don't understand. What possible scenarios are there? What am I going to paint the aircraft? Is that why you have a problem? But I can take, like, 3 bags of nail polish, but not anything more than that. What is this logic? 20 minutes later, I'm still irritated. So I want to know what is the appropriate amount of time for which it's fair to be annoyed about such things. And when should I get over it? Like, beyond what point is it not okay to like trip about the same thing? This is the look of lack of care for one's health.
You don't want to? Why don't you want to? Where? Let's say.
Stop gates B32 to B48. Remain on transit for gates C52 to C66. This is gates B32 to B48. Please take all belongings with you. Next stop, gates C52 to C66.
Jordan, what are you doing?
Pressing buttons to make like what?
Go there, press the middle button. Yeah. So choose the first one. The first one, first, number 1, where number 1 should be. Press it again.
We were supposed to take off at 2:15 UK time. It is now, what's the time? What's the time? 3:05, and we're still here. And the pilot just said that we're going to be here till 4 o'clock. So 2 hours late. So this is going to be fun. Chicky, did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Yeah? You played Angry Birds for the whole flight? Yeah. So we're finally here, 10 hours later. I haven't slept for the whole flight, neither has my husband. Jordan had like 2 hours of sleep. The rest of the years he played Angry Birds. And now he's going to regret that as the day goes by. India mandates face masks, so we're back to masks here. Two down and 2 to go. So we landed at 6. It is now 7:15. And there were no immigration queues because the flight was really early. And the air Suvidha form also was like really like quick. We just glanced through it. And surprisingly, all of our baggage came in time and nothing got lost. And even that didn't take much time. There was, however, a patient who was unwell on the flight. So it took us a little time to get off the flight in the first place. But now, just one more cab ride and then we're finally home. It's only after I reached here I realized how much I missed some of these old familiar names. I saw so many familiar brands over here, and suddenly I was like, wow, I've missed them, even though I didn't really remember them too much when we were in the UK. But now you're just here, and suddenly these memories just keep coming back, and you're like, oh my god, I've missed so much.
I want to fix your face.